you like dirt bikes and then a motocross and shit, you're a damn lie if you say you ain't come out watching James Stewart and Bubbas World, goddamn, on MTV and shit, man. Real deal GOAT. About to get into this story too, though.
In a sport dominated by tradition, James Stewart wasn't just another rider. He was different. And in his difference, he became a trailblazer. This is the story of how James Stewart defied the odds, overcame the barriers of race, and changed motocross forever.
James Stewart seems to be from another world.
James Stewart is the fastest supercross rider on the planet.
December 21st, 1985, in Bartow, Florida, far from the motocross spotlight, a child was born with a gift, James Bubba Stewart. From the very first day, it was clear the path James would take in life.
The day that James came home from the hospital, before I ever took him in the house, I crunk up my KX250 and I give him a ride on the bike. He was 3 days old, and I kind of eased off the clutch and took off, and then I was one-handed holding him and riding the bike.
Big James and the family poured their hearts into chasing what seemed like an impossible dream.
We was poor, so we both couldn't afford the race.
At the end of the month, we used to take, my bills and stuff. Me and my wife would sit down together, we'd put them all in a hat, and whatever I pulled out got paid that month, and the rest had to wait.
But by the age of 4,
Man, that's why dad's important, man. That kid got a dream, man, invest in that shit. Even if it don't pay out, man. Some good memories, bro.
James was already tearing up local tracks.
Young James Stewart Jr., a rider we're seeing and hearing from more and more lately.
Hey, this is one of the first. This is one of the first dirt bikes I got to ride on. My little cousin, my uncle bought my little cousin one of these. I think what these PFW 50s. I forgot what they called, but the little 50s. Just before the, you feel me, the little fast ones, man. It's the starter bike. He had one of them, man. My little cousin wrecked on it too. Crazy. Used to be sliding on it.
But in a sport where being black made you stand out, James faced obstacles that went beyond the dirt track. Racism, skepticism, and the weight of expectation loomed over him.
I faced a lot. I remember we went to this track up in Alabama. The guy looked at me and he said, we don't race niggers here. And I said, good, but I come here to race a motorcycle.
It was gonna take a lot more than that to stop the Stewart family. It was gonna take a lot more.
Look at the look on dude's face. He ain't even excited at all. You like, God damn, get this nigga off me. My boy kept winning, but y'all was hating.
Than that to stop the Stewart family. By his teens, James was already rewriting the amateur record books. His raw speed, unshakable confidence, and innovative riding style made him impossible to ignore. Winning an incredible 11 Loretta Lynn titles cemented his reputation as not just a prodigy, but a phenom.
When they come for the ball, keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool for the sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't beat all his motions. How the kid
In 2002, James turned pro, debuting in the...
It was on two-stroke, too, boy. Different beast, boy, that two-stroke.
125 West Coast Supercross Championship. At just 16 years old, he was no longer racing against kids, but battling seasoned pros. The transition didn't faze him. In fact, he thrived.
I mean, he's not even really hitting full stride yet. When he's 18 and 19 and 20, this kid's going to be ridiculous fast.
Stewart on a face to Desco. And look at this. Here comes Stewart to the inside.
In just his second race, he was already standing on the top step of the podium.
Crowd going, this kid is unbelievable.
The checkers. And the 125 shootout victory for James Stewart.
on your second pro race. You get your first ever victory. You have already got your first professional record. You are now the youngest winner ever in EA Sports Supercross.
The 2002 motocross season marked Stewart's debut in the great outdoors, and he continued to show why he was the sport's rising star, claiming victory at 10 of the 12 rounds.
Unbelievable record. He's already the youngest 125 national champion. He's the first African-American national champion right there.
He had not only proven himself, but also secured the outdoor title in his debut season.
James Stewart on his way to his 14th moto win.
You on that two-stroke, but I love the sound of that two-stroke.
And he's already got the rookie record for wins in a season, and already he is about to break a record held by Steve Lamson and Ricky Carmichael for the most wins in a season.
Down here in the pits with Big James, your son James Stewart closing in on his first ever professional title. Is there nerves here? I mean, are you excited? What's going through your mind?
Oh, I'm definitely excited. You know, it's just been a dream so far come true. I just want to say I want to thank all the fans that believed in us from the beginning and stuck with us. I don't really know what to say. You know, I mean, it's just I'm just so happy.
Well, you can see the fans giving their approval to the new king of the 125 class in America, James Stewart. He's already beaten Carmichael's record, and now he is #1. James Stewart, your 2002 AMA Chevy Trucks 125 national champion.
Well, guys, right here is James Bubba Stewart, the youngest ever champion in motocross.
From amateur sensation to professional standout, James Stewart's rookie season was more than just a debut.
Rookie season, he's going crazy.
It was a statement.
Right, man, look what I told you, Ricky Carmichael, bro. I came up watching him too. Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart. Not I was watching, but they was older than me and shit. You feel me? But,
he wasn't just here to compete. He was here to redefine what motocross could be. Even with a dream start to his professional career, with outstanding performances that left fans and competitors in awe, the dark corners of the sport refused to stay hidden. The same shadows that haunted James and his father as they travelled across the country during his amateur days were now rearing their ugly head once more.
It didn't hit me until my first year in pro that I was different from everybody else. I mean, if you would ask me, I probably said I was white. You know, people would boo me, you know, for getting second and, you know, cheer a third place guy who was up in, you know, stayed up north. And, you know, I hear people call me N-word. They was hanging over the fence, flicking me off every time I came around the track.
It wasn't just about being fast. It was.
Man, I'd have been throwing dirt on everybody on the sideline, bro, on purpose. Tell me.
Just about winning. For James, every race was a fight against more than just competitors. It was a fight against prejudice, against the ignorance of those who couldn't look past the colour of his skin. But just like in the early days, James found the perfect way to silence the doubters. Stewart wasn't just winning, he was proving how truly special he was. Race after race, he became undeniable. And just when the sport thought it had seen everything, James was about to change motocross forever. A move so revolutionary, it would etch his name into history and ensure he'd never be forgotten. In 2003, James unleashed what is now known as the Bubba Scrub.
All right, I got a what? Oh my goodness, I got anything I've ever seen. Whoa, somebody already going down.
James Stewart is in dead last, 40th place.
Coming out of the corner at Budds Creek in dead last, James faced a monumental task, making his way through the field as quickly as possible. And it was in that moment, under pressure, that the Bubba Scrub was born.
David, this kid is unbelievable.
He stays lower than anybody else. He's moving up through the pack faster than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, now y'all want
Number 259, James Bubba Stewart. He is back on the circuit. Winner from last to first, James Bubba Stewart.
Lowering his bike mid-air to maintain speed, James didn't just invent a new technique, he redefined the very physics of motocross. James Stewart wasn't just fast, he was the fastest man on the planet. Watching him ride was like witnessing poetry in motion, a fusion of raw talent and fearless determination that left
Poetry in motion, boy. Them some heavy words to put on, boy. Poetry in motion.
fans speechless. From his jaw-dropping speed to his revolutionary style, James was motocross at its most electrifying. Over his career, James gave us moments that felt almost too good to be true. A perfect outdoor season where he won every single moto.
A perfect 24 motos and 24 wins.
Then there were the 5 AMA championships, including the coveted 450 Supercross title twice, a feat that made him the first black rider to claim the sport's ultimate crown.
James Stewart's dream from when he was a little boy is complete.
Can you think of an athlete in any other sport who's racking up the numbers like this man?
James Stewart, he will do it. He will win his second Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship.
Then there were the battles, moments so epic they became the stuff of legend. James versus the GOAT, Ricky Carmichael. Their clashes were the pinnacle of both motocross and supercross, pitting the unrelenting precision of Carmichael against the sheer brilliance and flair of Stewart.
Per second, Carmichael and Stewart now have it at it.
Look at it, that's the Bubba Scrub right there, taking the lead again. Racing him clean. Look right here.
Oh boy, outside. Back to the inside. Carmichael's in the lead again. Oh.
Takes a look over. He's going to have to back it down. Come back in.
And of course there was Chad Reed. Their rivalry was one of the fiercest the sport had ever seen. Two titans going head to head, lap after lap, leaving it all on the track. Fans didn't just watch, they lived and breathed every moment with them.
Inside. And Reed comes back and down goes Stewart and down goes Reed. Reed back to the inside. Oh,
just incredible. Oh, he's down.
He both go down. He comes charging down the outside. He crosses him off. Bottom on. And Stewart takes the lead away. But Reed comes right back. I can't believe it! Reed and Stewart going out and then Reed gets the drive! He stands him up again!
But it wasn't just the wins or the rivalries that made James special. It was the way he rode. No one could push a bike to its limits like James. His style was fearless, aggressive and breathtaking. He wasn't just racing, he was redefining what was possible on two wheels. But that kind of brilliance comes with a price. James wasn't content with second place. He lived by one rule: win or crash trying.
James Stewart has just launched off his bike. This is an absolute disaster.
Every time I get hurt, I'm like, man, I don't want to do this anymore.
Damn, I didn't know you wrecked that many times, boy. You can do it.
See right there? I mean, it kicked sideways, and there you go. He got off a lot better than it could have been.
Rough night.
Alright, y'all. Got it wrong. You feel me? The video crazy. I gotta come back to this. So James threw the motherfucker.